Who I'm here with today?
You with Bandana the Rag.
Bandana Rag. Bandana Rag. We don't link up on quite a few occasions, but what I want to do is talk about our community and what you see as because if you look at the political scene of our community, are they treating the community right? Are they being fair? Or what's your thoughts on it? Or do you even have an opinion on that?
When we say the community, you talking about what, the government, the United States of America?
No, I'm talking about the local municipality. We got potholes, we got graffiti, we got...
Oh, and we've been having that, man. We've been it's like we conditioned to those conditions. You feel me? Because we've been having people speaking up on that. I see, you can look at any older interviews from T. Rogers and anybody else that's been in from the past, putting these interviews together and speaking on what we need in these communities, and you don't see too much change. You feel me? And if they do a little bit of this, in the back door, they're doing a whole bunch of that. That ain't right. So it's going to keep us in the same hole.
You grew up in the Fruittown community. What has changed or what has not changed in that community that you would like to see change? Because these communities seem like they kind of withering away.
Man, listen, I would like to see my community full of my people again. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to disregard nobody else. You feel me? But I just come from an era to where we owned all the property in the neighborhood. You know, everybody, every house on the street, we knew the Woods family, we knew the Sneeze family, we knew the Hamiltons, we knew the Sallys. You feel me? We knew the Lopez, Tony Lopez and them. You know what I'm saying? We knew everybody. We knew Miss Turner. You know what I mean? The Turner family. So we went by that. Now, if you come to the neighborhood, man, we don't own those houses no more. And it seems like it's foreign. It's foreign to us now because we don't hang on them blocks. We're not migrated on them streets. We used to look forward to certain people pulling up on the street. When you get a new car, you pull up on your block and everybody give you props for your car, whatever it is that you had. You know, we was on them streets at that time. Now, you know, we're in front of liquor stores and et cetera, because we don't own homes in these neighborhoods no more. And if anything was to happen to us in these neighborhoods, where would you run? You know, I can't run this person's house no more. I can't run that person's house no more than where we known these people. You feel me?
How is your music a reflection of everything you just said?
My musical perfection
is a reflection of the things you're seeing.
Exactly, because that's what I rap about. I rap about our reality. You feel me? I rap about our reality. I'm showing a movie. If I was a filmmaker, I'm shooting a movie of our life on a daily basis.
And if you had to change some things about our reality, where would you start?
It would change within us. We have to change within us to stop relying on everyone else to help us. You feel me? We rely on the government. Women rely on the government. We don't rely on each other. We don't rely on the right friendships, on the right communication. We look at each other with division for us. I'm a red or he's a blue. He's a blue and I'm a red. So that stops a lot of opportunities because of a color. You feel me?
How do we get so detached from the essence of who we are as black people? How did we get so detached from that?
Man,
because we're using colors that come out the crayon box to make differences.
It was the government. The colors came together to protect us. You feel what I'm saying? To protect us and protect the communities. Things from happening in the community, it was a protection thing. Like when they say community revolution in progress. A community. You hear what they say? Community.
What that means together. I heard that acronym, but
no, give it to me. Give it to me, because
I don't remember exactly what it was. But I knew I heard one that sounded pretty. People in a revolutionary union, something like that.
Yeah, when it came to that, I know my boy, the underdog here, is powerful, indestructible, ruthless, untouchable. You know what I mean? But that's my boy underdog out of Heart. That's, you know what I mean? But that's the one.
We'll go with that.
I
like that.
You
I
feel
like
me?
that vibe. I like that vibe.
But I'm gonna say it was the government, because all of the stuff that they was doing back then, they still doing now. You feel me? We blinded by so much. One thing we had in our favor was we had property. Grandmama and them had property. And that meant something. That's why we had them houses. That was a big accomplishment for any black human being in those days, in that era, in them 60s and 50s and way back, to own a house. They knew how important that was because they wanted to leave that to the next generation. You feel what I'm saying?
The wealth of this country has been determined by the property you own, not the money. A lot of people get so caught up in money, but if you look at all the most richest people in the society, all of them own just massive properties.
Got you.
And they do investments. But I digress. I mean, maybe that's because that's probably one of the real reasons why we didn't get the 40 acres. Because had we got the 40 acres, we would have definitely took over this country, because the property is the property you own that determines the wealth.
But what messed that up? When the drugs came. See, grandmother and them, our grandparents and all of them, they had the right foundation. But when you put drugs in the equation, brought drugs to the situation, you have people smoking crack, stealing, doing everything to do something for this drug, right? So when people, family pass on and they leave the houses, the value of the houses don't stick with the individuals no more, because they want to get what? They want to get high. It's a drug problem. And all that did was to throw us off of owning stuff, throw us off of elevating as a people in the culture in general.
I think that has to do with culture conditioning, because the culture conditioning definitely kind of drive the people in a way, whether we understand what the culture is, but we living in a hodgepodge. A hodgepodge is a mixture of confusion. So our community, we have so much confusion because we GDs, we BDs, we Crips, we Pyrus, we Christians, we Muslims. We are just countless of things.
But I'm just saying the original recipe for us setting us up to have something. So where we ain't to where it is now, we don't have nothing. In the ghettos, you don't see us having. We only thing we have in the ghettos is the car we own to drive in that motherfucker and drive out.
But isn't that part of our own fault?
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, when the drugs came, the old structure that parents before them had set up for us for owning things and the responsibility of being a homeowner. When grandmama passed, okay, if I get the house, I got to work to keep the house. I got to learn how to pay taxes. You feel what I'm saying? So guess what? If grandmama didn't pass and leave me the house and I have a drug addiction, am I going to be paying the property taxes? Am I going to be keeping up the house and doing the things that I'm supposed to do to be straight? No, I'm going to be getting loans on the house to get high. I get so many loans on the house, I get slow behind on the house, I lose the house. And then everybody's doing this. It's not just me, because see, that when them drugs hit, everybody was doing it.
Why do you think we go that way? Because both positive and negative exist, both good and bad exist, both man and woman, up and down, open and closed. Everything has a duality. Why do people, black people in these communities, look to do the negative before they do the positive?
That's a kind of like a hard one to say. I only from my eyes, I could say it's the condition is we were brought up in. We looking for an out. That's why people drink. So many of our people drink, hang out from the liquor store and having wine and having brew. They looking for an escape. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot piled up on them.
So again, social conditioning.
Social conditioning, lack of opportunities, resources. You name it. You feel what I'm saying? We've been high on the 8 ball. Now you look at it
I think it evolves around education as well, because I think a lot of our people are information poor and suffer from information malnutrition. I think if they had a different set of forms of information versus the ones that was given to us, which we know is, to me, I look at it as a well-dressed lie. And I mean, in order to get to the truth, you got to first take the lies out. Mm-hmm. But I mean, where you want your music to go to? Let's answer that.
I'm gonna say this: where I want my music to go through, I want it to do the same thing, if not more, is the great Tupac Shakur. That's why I'm in works now with Realist. We getting that Mopreme so we can continue to still thug life. And when I say still thug life, it's not to brag about the hardships we go through, but it's to bring light to the hardships we go through with real music. I don't want none of this brain damage, shoot 'em up, bang, bang, bang. I'm telling the other side of the story, such as Tupac. Every song have meaning, and everybody that's going to be a part of our entourage on this compilation album we kick off first, or whatever it is we doing, you got to have a story. You got to know how to tell the story. We mess up by letting the wrong people tell the story of the ghetto. They only telling the bad part. They ain't giving no hope, no upliftment. When I was younger, I was a young kid with a rap dream, right? But I had a Tupac or somebody like that to listen to, KRS-One, when he came with Love Is Gonna Get You. It showed him painting a picture of the ghetto to say, if anybody listened to it, well, man, this is good, man. So that's what's going on there. And it basically was a real cry for help. If you want this to change, come do the right things to change it.
I think that Tupac sold himself short. I think Tupac actually died a follower. And when I say he died a follower, it's because he was following something that he really didn't understand.
Yeah, he didn't know too much about it. And
he set the precedence for rappers to start dying. He was like one of the, in that regard, I'm talking about when talking about tribalism and gangs.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And see, and the thing is with music and rap was about teaching as well. You didn't just tell a messed up story about the ghetto without saying some whole other stuff that teach you. You listen to Ice Cube, he gave you Ty Dolla and all of this, and then he gave you different songs. You feel what I'm saying? To where you can listen to and learn from and be like, man.
I think by us using the H word, the B word, I'm a gangster, I'm a thug.
Yeah.
I think we give rise to our own detriment.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We use them type of, that language.
And then now you got drill music. You got everybody following something that's going on in Chicago that's tore up Chicago.
Yeah, that's very nihilistic.
Yeah. So this is with this Still Thug Life movement we pushing. That's not none of that. So we're gonna give the consumer, we're gonna give the people, we're gonna give the kids another option.
What's the acronym for Thug Life? If you got one.
I don't really know. I don't know that acronym.
I think you should get one. I mean,
make one. Make a new one.
Yeah, definitely.
Even if they have an old one, make a new one.
Because you can always redefine things and structure it in a way that is conducive to what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's their time. But anyway, I appreciate you coming on, and we're gonna lock the door right there. Shout out to Bandana, man. Y'all, what can they follow you at, Bandana?
Go on YouTube, Bandana the Rag, Gasoline TV, and you're gonna see all my videos. Like, subscribe, comment, man. Please be pleasant on your comments, man. And before I get up out of here, I want to say shout out to every platform, shout out to every brother that's out there pushing the positivity, bringing awareness, and me signing out. What I want to say is, for California in general, we have to stand up and stand together. We got to start supporting one another, and we have to break this job situation to where we come into these jobs and being mistreated and being ran off good jobs and not having the opportunity to be in them jobs. Now, it's numbers, it's different organizations that we need to reach out to start fixing these problems. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's a drug problem here. We don't get the drugs here all the way. The drugs come from Tijuana under tunnels. So if we want to talk about what needs to change, fentanyl is coming from these different places, and it's not our people that's pushing this out there on us. So it shouldn't be our people taking the drug to kill ourselves. Man, I'm out.
Lock the door.
Proof of grind all the time, baby.
Yeah. Cali Finest, baby. Proof of grind all the time. Music money. Got a dollar sign. Hub City. I'm a street nigga. Streets fuck with me. I'ma keep pushing products till the feds get me. It's guap off top. Diamond Cartier. That nigga wall won't give a broke bitch the time of day. They see me climbing. They see me shining. That's hard work. Proof of grinding. New money got me tipping in that 550. Ali, bad man, and I'm so pretty. I got that tech with me. That's my hater sprayer. Go big, grind now, nigga, play later. What can I say? I'm addicted to this paper stacking, and I don't talk about it. I just make it happen.